Check 1, 2. Tell these
Make
rappers
this
I'm
gun.
outside, get them start acting up. Like turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. As far as having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to precinct.
Fuck everybody on the front. When we stand on the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Yeah. Live and direct on your TV screen once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite Knicks and Ish panel. Y'all already know the vibe. I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fraz Taz. I am here with the first lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks. And of course, our beloved host, the one and only T-Time. Y'all already know the vibe. It is the recap of the Knicks Toronto Raptors game. Somebody give me a final score.
139, 125.
Absolutely. So boom, I started off. I'm gonna be brief because I needed the circle back around town. You know what I mean? But man, this is what we supposed to do. You know what I mean? This is one of those games, and it was supposed to be worse, to be perfectly honest. Absolutely, you know the vibes, as we're supposed to be, right? We supposed to have won this game by 30 tonight, but I get why it didn't happen. Guys took their feet off the gas, which is a normal situation. You know what I mean? Like you up 30, you at home, the vibes are immaculate. Sometimes you take your foot off the gas. As long as you get the W, that's all that matters. But the ball, I can't do it. I'm gonna skip that part. I will skip that part. But yeah, OG, amazing tonight. What he was, 31 points, 7 rebounds. That's tough. 4 assists. That's tough. Cat, again, another stellar night. Before I go there, OG being 11 for 11 at the start of the game was craziness.
Wow.
Absolute craziness.
Heater.
I mean, we could go on to Jalen. Us winning. I said, Cat, another double. He's climbing up the leaderboard. Then you got Jalen Brunson not even scoring for the first quarter, like 1 3/3 of a quarter.
Yep.
It was no points for Jalen Brunson, and we was up 13 at the time. I know why that happened, but I'm leaving that part for Mrs. Knicks because that's what she does. But yeah. I don't want to give too much sauce, but Cameron Payne, it's a Beverly of Heroes tonight. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna land the plane there so my panel could get some work in. You know what I mean?
I mean, y'all know where I'm gonna start.
Start it off.
34 assists.
Exactly.
Every time we get over 25, we're winning games. The ball movement was immaculate, as T-Time was about to say. It was just great to see. I mean, this team is becoming really fun to watch as they're building chemistry. I mean, just like you said, to see the team do so great without Jalen Brunson having to score, but knowing we have him right there in our pocket if needed. And the fact that he's getting triple teamed, barely scoring 12 points in the game, says a lot about how dangerous our team is.
Absolutely.
I think Fraz said it in our chat. The league is on notice when we're winning without Jalen scoring.
Mm-hmm.
OG was awesome. Josh Hart doing Josh Hart things as always. Cat being Cat. Cat has been. I can't even keep saying he's surprising me because at this point it's not a surprise. It's normal. But some of his moves, because twice Scotty Barnes kind of stood there to like get the offensive foul, and Cat just like went around him. Like he's so agile for such a
Yeah,
big guy.
that's
Um,
that's a fact.
and then Macau doing Macau things at this point. He's still playing great.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's good to see Precious. Precious giving us good minutes, even though he was a negative. He was a -4. He played great defense to me throughout the
I,
game. Whenever Cat had to go out, it's like we didn't miss a beat defensively with him on the court.
yeah. Precious negatives come from him feeling like he need to do more on offense. You
Yeah,
can see he gets the ball and feel like he need to try to score, and that's not really what we need from him. I get it. You don't want to be a cone out there on offense, but you don't need to try to force your buckets neither because they're gonna come naturally. You know what I
right.
mean? The 5 points that he had tonight came naturally. It was a wide open 3 point shot. He was sitting in the lane for a wide open dump off for a dunk. You know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't mean to take up too much time. I just wanted to, yeah, I mean, just add a little seasoning to that
You're
precious take.
good. You're good. Let me start off by saying this to y'all. Y'all heard me here first say OG Ananobi is a three-level scorer. Stop getting accustomed to what everybody else was telling you about OG. OG game is on a whole nother level right now. And literally, like I've said before on previous lives, when the Knicks play the inside-outside game, everything else falls into place naturally. Meaning, look at how much OG was going to the basket tonight. He was
Hold on.
primarily
I'm sorry, Fraz. Let me stop you for 1 second. Mrs. Nix, I know you see the comment. That's valid. You know what I
Bet.
mean? With the yeah. All right,
Gotcha.
my yeah, Fraz.
okay. No problem. No problem. Like I'm saying, you saw OG looking to drive to the basket first tonight. Yes, he took jump shots, but those jump shots were A, open jump shots, and B, in rhythm because of the ball movement, because of the flow of the offense. Like I've said before, when we play within our offense, we're a hard team to beat. And the fact that Brunson didn't score his first point until 124 of the second quarter, and the Knicks were up by 20, like this just told y'all, the league is on notice because if the Knicks can score like this without Brunson even dropping a point for the first almost 24 minutes of the game and be up by 20 plus, NBA, count your days. Don't let this Knicks team let that chemistry get to 100% and be all the way on the same page. And by the way, before I continue, as y'all just saw on the screen, don't forget, y'all, we got those lovely Knicks and Ish hoodies that you see the panel wearing right now. Please, please, we ask y'all, please, that link in the banner that's going across the bottom of your screen, that's the link to the Shopify for the Knicks Ish store. Please go check it out. Them
Fact.
$40 hoodies is there for y'all, gray and black, right now. Support your favorite panel, please.
He said 40.
Oh, 40? That's
No, 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 no. I'm doing the wrong number. That's what it is. Yeah, I put up the extra finger because that's what I want it to be. But
you heard him first. You heard him.
you know what I mean, but
Hold on.
nah, yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
want. I'm gonna land the play real quick. Don't worry. I ain't gonna be too much longer. I promise
You
y'all.
good?
To have two 30-point scorers tonight, y'all, and Cat and OG, and then to have two double-digit scorers off the bench and campaign inducement, bro, it just goes to show you that when the Knicks is on all cylinders and you got 8, 9 guys on that floor, it's a hard bunch to play against.
Yo, so
We are
check
a
it.
tough squad to beat. Go ahead, T-Tom.
First, let me get some shout outs happening right now because you know some of our people is in the building.
As
Darlene is
always.
always in the
Yes,
building.
Darlene. Always salute to you, Darlene.
Onyx is in the building. My guy Stephen Kennedy is in the building. You know what I mean? The Latrell Sprewell account
Fan
is in
page.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fan page is in the building. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just had to get that out the way. before I start talking my shit. Cat with 7 assists. That's not being talked about. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I don't understand. Like, I didn't know this was a major part. Oh, Jimmy J1 is in the building. I got to stop whatever I'm saying. Shout out
my
to the
God.
guy.
What
Yeah, I
up,
mean,
cuz? You already
shout out
know.
to the geyser. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, 7 assists from your 7 footer is tough. You know what I mean? Like
Almost every night.
we don't really see that from
Almost.
no 7 footer in the league aside from Jokic. You know what I mean? Jokic is the only one. I think Embiid is dominant as a scorer. He can pass, but we see most of Embiid's dominance come from his ability to hunt fouls. Right? Now I ain't gonna say get buckets. I'm just gonna say hunt fouls. Embiid's superpower comes from getting on the foul line 15 times a night. Right? But Cat is like it was a point in this game where Cat's offense wasn't working. You know what I mean? Like he
Early
picked up
on, yeah.
later in the he picked up later in the game, but we saw him move the ball at a great level. You know what I mean? And that's super important. And I think that's super dope about this team in general because I feel like when we watch this team, we see every night that a player realize, hey, it ain't my night, so let me get off the rock. Yeah, I mean, like we watch Jalen Brunson do it, and if when your superstar and your captain shows you that, hey, it ain't my night, and I'm only going to take 13 shots versus my usual 20, that sends a message to the rest of the team like, hey, if you want to win basketball games, you got to feed the hot people. If it ain't your night, you got to get off the rock. You know what I mean? And that's super important because JB still has 7 assists. You know what I mean? And to compound on that message, Cat the game before against the Pelicans. It
At
wasn't his night
6.
offensively, but he was still engaged in the rest of the basketball game. He didn't play a lot of minutes, still had 10 rebounds and 6 assists in a game that he was shooting badly and he was in foul trouble. You know what I mean? When your two leaders show you that kind of commitment that I'm not out here just for the stats, I'm out here for the dub, that trickles, man. And to Francis' point about the bench, yeah, put some respect on my son campaign name.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Put some respect because we were stagnant for a little bit until campaign and gave it that jolt
Started with
of
the
energy. Yeah, that weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you
It
my
kind of
son. Yeah, Francis, what you about to say?
it only looks weird because he sets at an angle. So that's why you kind of get that offset stance. If you really look at his form, he sets at the angle. He's already turned to the side. So he goes up and it's on an angle. So it looks
Yeah,
weird, but listen, it drops,
yeah.
it falls.
it dropped.
That's all that matter. That's all that
Facts,
matter. And tonight
facts.
he was on one tonight. He was on one
He was on
tonight.
the heater.
He was 4 for 7 from 3-point range, 7 for 10 from the field, 19 points off the bench. You know what I mean? Complimented by Deuce McBride's 12 points off the bench. And then when you compile that, Michael Brown is in the building. We see you. You know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
shout out my guy King S too. Shout out my guy King S. I see you out here, Brody.
yeah.
I see you
But
out here.
when you couple that with the
Hey, great
fact
talk,
that
bro. Appreciate y'all letting
uh,
me back.
Landry Shamet outside of this was good, my boy.
Hey,
Salute.
what's good? What's good?
We gonna hear from you in 2 seconds. Just let me finish this thought because
All
I'm
right.
old and my mind don't work the same. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right.
Yeah, Landry Shamet tonight. Just seeing him back on the court tonight was huge. It was huge, especially when the knock about our bench has been that there's no bench scoring. That I'm not saying that Landry Shamet is gonna come out every night and give us 15 off the bench, but if he could give us a solid
Three.
six to 10 a night off the bench. That is great. And I believe he can do that, especially with his ability to score on all three levels. He can shoot the mid range, he could get to the cup. Not I'm not saying he could break down defense like off the handle, but I'm saying he know how to timely cut. You know what I mean? He knows how to get to the basket and get easy 2-point shots, and he can shoot the 3-point shot. That was huge for us tonight, just to see him set 2 feet on the actual MSG court tonight. And again, I'm going to end it with we did what we supposed to do. Don't want to get too hyped because we did what we
Yeah.
supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Solidus, talk to me, my guy.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all letting me come back on the pod. You know, like like I said last time, it ain't got to be when the Timberwolves play for me to come on here. I talk
Yeah.
basketball in general. I can do that. So
No, no, absolutely.
y'all can hear me good, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell
Loud
you
and
this.
clear.
Yeah.
The reason why you're back up here is because I was impressed by the way you articulated yourself against the Timberwolves. I was like, oh, he knows ball.
I
Yeah. You know
appreciate
what I
that.
mean?
Appreciate that.
So yeah, talk your shit, good brother.
Yeah. So y'all, I saw y'all spank the Raptors. That was I mean, it was expected. Just like I told y'all last week, y'all didn't have nothing to worry about in New Orleans. Like I don't think nobody was. I mean, y'all was down in that game, but the league is all about comebacks now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes. A team will be down, then all of a sudden they'll come back and win the game. Like
Yeah.
80% of the time, that's what happens. I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, they're going to come back and beat them. They're not going to lose to the Pelicans. And then tonight, Raptors ain't good. They look like they're tanking. Um, y'all had that in the bag. Jalen Brunson didn't really have to do much because he got all that help. The only, even though I respect it, the Knicks is good. The only pushback I have is I wouldn't get too excited if I'm a Knicks fan because y'all playing in an easy conference. It's like I told y'all last time. Y'all only really got 3 or 4 teams that y'all really got to compete against. Everybody else is pretty much a guaranteed win. I mean, if you play the Wizards 4 times a year, the Hornets 4 times a year, the Nets, the Raptors, that's like 20 plus wins. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all, the competition is not that good. Now I know y'all going to say y'all beat some Western Conference teams. That's fine, but y'all not playing Western Conference teams on the regular. If y'all were, I don't think y'all would be, what is it, 20 and 10, 19 or 10, one of those two. So I wouldn't, I get it because y'all been bad for a minute, but I wouldn't get too excited about that.
Well,
That's my only pushback on that.
so here's my pushback on that comment. Because when you look at the conferences and win totals, you know what I mean? Uh, the Eastern Conference kind of shaping up better than the Western Conference for real, right? Uh, Cleveland has the highest record in the best record in the NBA right now. Uh, Oklahoma has the second. Celtics has the third. Y'all have the fourth, but then the Knicks is the fifth best record in the NBA right now. And then after that, well, six. I'm sorry, because Memphis
Because
and
Memphis and then
wait,
maybe
hold
Orlando.
on, wait, Memphis. Yeah, Memphis, and then it's the Knicks. So we fifth.
Okay.
But every team after that, like the Knicks, I mean the East has the highest except for the sixth place, which is the Lakers. Lakers is higher than the Heat. But other than that, you know what I mean? I can't really give that statement validity because when you look at the standings, it's looking like the East record wise. When in the past, you know what I mean, the records were a lot different. It'd be like the two teams in the East, or the first and the second be competing, and then it's a wash until like
Mm-hmm. Fifth
five or
seed or
six.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 or 6. But that's not the case this year. The Eastern teams is kind of outperforming the Western teams right now, whether it be injury or whatever the case you want to flip it to. That, but the numbers say that the East is competing with the West this year. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of wins out West. And I'm gonna add that. You said, I know you're gonna say it. I'm going to say it. We got a lot of wins out West this year. You know what I mean? So we can't just say that it's the conference. You know what I mean? Because before that would have been super valid. This year, not so much.
Be okay. So there's a lot of separation in the records out east. That part is true. But outside of Boston, Cleveland, I guess Philly, if they can get healthy, and who is y'all competition?
I'm just saying,
The Magic are injury riddled. That they're not.
yeah, they
Unfortunately
took
for
down.
them, due to
They took
injuries, they're
down
probably not
Philly.
going to make a run.
That's not
Miami is
an issue. They
pretty.
were injured last year.
They beat Boston tonight though, without
Yeah, I saw that.
both of
That
their
was a good.
Wagner brothers.
I saw that. That was a good win. Orlando's well coached, but in terms of star power, it's not there right now. So I don't see them going too far due to that. They're well coached though, so they might sneak out a win there. Beat because they beat Boston last year, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times. I
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
don't know if
that's
y'all remember
correct.
that.
Oh, I
So
remember.
I
I
do.
remember.
so
I
I'm gonna
lost
keep
money on all
I'm
them
gonna
games.
I'm gonna keep Orlando out due to injuries, but like I said, outside of Boston and Cleveland, I'm gonna take Philly out too because of injuries. Embiid's not playing back to backs. He's not healthy. He's basically playing on one leg. Paul George might get hurt and miss like 5-6 games. Maxi's cool, but he's just one man. He can't beat y'all by himself.
Maxie has a
Who?
hamstring injury. Maxie has a
Oh damn.
hamstring injury. He has a
Oh
nagging
then.
hamstring injury as well. So he's also part of the
It's
injury
a wrap.
riddled group.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Then
fact.
Philly. Philly. There's no competition. So outside of Boston and Cleveland, who is y'all? Who do y'all have to worry about out east? Who are y'all going to
Maybe
lose to?
Milwaukee. I say maybe Milwaukee, but we beat them
Milwaukee.
already. So
Milwaukee.
I
may-
But
don't.
I also say this outside of OKC and yeah, I really don't feel like there ain't no threats really. OKC and the Mavericks, even though the Mavericks regular season stats ain't super high right now. Out west, I don't feel like ain't nobody really can fuck with us neither except for those two teams.
I feel
Like
like in the West. I feel like in the West, Memphis can give y'all a run.
boo, no.
OKC. Who
OKC
else?
for
I
sure.
think Dallas. I think
Dallas.
Denver.
No.
nah, we trashed Denver. We trashed
That's one
them.
game. That's one game in a
We
playoff
trashed them
series to
last year
7.
too. We
I'm
trashed
telling
them
you right
last year
now,
too, bro.
in a playoff series, Denver versus New York, New
They're
York's not
not.
going to win.
Oh,
They're
I
that's
not.
take
cap.
Knicks in 7. Knicks in
Y'all
7.
not beating
Come on.
Jokic in
Knicks in
7 games.
7. Knicks in
I, I,
7.
All right.
Definite.
I promise you.
But here's the thing, though. Y'all
Dem-
probably won't even match up, though,
Let
because
me tell you.
again,
Wait,
Because
because
can I
Denver
add?
coming out the West.
I think Cleveland or Boston or even because we got a common enemy. Because my team
Yeah.
just lost tonight to the team that just beat y'all team. We got a common enemy, the Hawks. Somehow the Hawks keep pulling off these wins they shouldn't be pulling off. They
Yeah,
beat y'all. I thought that was shocking, to be honest. It looked
I
like y'all
agree.
was going to win that game at first, and they just somehow beat y'all. I don't know how they did that. Then they beat us. That was just tonight. So the
Mm-hmm.
Hawks is a wild card. There's a good chance. I mean, it's only December. You never know what's going to happen, but there's a chance y'all might fuck around and lose to the Hawks in a 7-game series. See, you're going off regular season games in December where you win the game. That's fine. I respect that. But in the playoff series, I don't see y'all beating Denver. I don't see y'all beating Dallas. But y'all ain't gonna play them though. But in the East, Cleveland or Boston, if y'all can defend that 3-pointer, y'all could probably beat Boston. But I think Cleveland, I don't think
Nah.
y'all can beat Cleveland.
Oh no, you know why I'm gonna tell you why we can beat Cleveland? Let me let me lay this scenario out for you. It's not a scenario because it pretty much happened, right? Uh Jalen Brunson cooks Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean cooks him. It's not even close. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
y'all
mean
beat them a couple years ago. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
not even that. I'm just saying Jalen Brunson versus Donovan Mitchell. Even in the West Coast, Jalen Brunson, when Luca got hurt and they put the team on Jalen Brunson's back, he cooked Donovan Mitchell, sent him home. And then
I remember that. I remember that.
we came to the East, and then Jalen Brunson, was a
Gentlemen
healthy.
swept them.
Yeah. this is where it comes to too. I don't have no faith in Mobley or Jared Allen in the playoffs because they both said the lights was too bright for them. They said that. I didn't say it. They said it, right? So what's going to happen when in the playoffs you got to guard Cat and then still got to score? What's going to happen in the playoffs when Mitchell Robinson is back and he's locking down Mobley and he can't do the normal stuff he was doing in the regular season? What's going to happen when the last time the Knicks played the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs when Darius Garland go missing because he got Mikal Bridges guarding him all game? Like, what's going to happen in these times? All I could do is go off what previously happened. It ended up bad for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, if you want to say that the Boston Celtics got a real good chance of beating the Knicks, can't argue too much with that because they're the champs. Yeah, I mean, you got to get the chance.
You said what happened previously. I could have swore the Knicks lost to the Cavaliers earlier this year. You said what happened previously, right? You don't think that will happen again?
Oh, wait. Hold on. You just said we're not going off a regular season, though, right? I thought we was talking about playoffs, Solid. Just hold on. You just said let's not talk about regular season, right?
No, I had to respond to what he said because he said he was going off what happened previously. So if that's the case, previously the Cavaliers beat the Knicks. But he said previously, though.
You smart enough
to know when
I'm talking about the playoffs. You smart enough to know that. You tried to sneak some slick shit in there, but you smart enough to know I meant the playoffs, good brother. Come on, don't do that to me. You know I meant the playoffs. And because the whole time I said...
You meant the playoffs.
Because every analogy I made was the playoffs until I said we got to go off what happened previously. I was talking about the playoffs the whole time. With Jared Allen saying the lights was too bright. With Darius Garland missing in the playoffs. With Jalen Brunson beating him on both coasts in the playoffs. So you know I was talking about the playoffs, good brother. But
the thing about that, though, is that's from like 2 years ago, though.
That was
as of right now, as of right now, he talking about 2 years ago in 2022 when they beat the Jazz, when Mitchell last year in Utah. He referenced that.
Yeah. So and when he was on the Cavaliers, which the Cavaliers aside from Ning Yang and what's the other white boy name? Ning Yang.
Who? Say it again.
Ning Yang and they got somebody else a year ago.
You talking about Max Strus?
Yeah, Strus. Yeah. Outside them two, the team is pretty much the same.
All right, so going off of this year, going forward, I think the Celtics and the Cavaliers in the playoff series with the Knicks, to be honest, you're a Knicks fan, you ain't going to want to hear this, but it's very likely they're going to beat New York in the 7-game series.
Definitely not the Cavs. Definitely not the Cavs.
I wouldn't say otherwise. I wouldn't.
Listen,
you going off of the recent wins the Knicks had?
What's Donovan Mitchell going to do with the healthy OG Anunoby? Tell me that. He can't score on Anunoby. He's not going to drop 30. I'll tell you that. He may drop 15 to 20. He's not dropping 30 on OG. I'll tell you that right now. And if you contain Donovan Mitchell, because OG is a defensive specialist. What do you mean? And OG's healthy. That's the thing.
He's going to lock down Mitchell in a 7-game series. Are you serious?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. You bugging?
Nah,
Are you bugging? OG is a top 5 perimeter defender in this league. What are we talking about?
And
I know. I don't think you really believe that. You just.
I know that. No. I know that.
He's not locking down Mitchell in the 7-game series. That's just not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I put money on it.
He's not locking Mitchell down in the 7-game series. I don't see that.
My name is the Parlay Lord for a reason. I will put money on it.
So
I would be shocked if that happened.
Here's my thought process on it, because I've watched Donovan Mitchell in the last maybe like 5 playoffs, like when I was really tuned into him in the playoffs. And what I noticed is when the games get closer in the playoffs and the series are tight, Donovan Mitchell ain't the Donovan Mitchell you want to see. He be sus, super sus. Yeah, I mean, and then you got a player like Obi, play a defensive player like OG Anunoby on that. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy series against Cleveland. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's going to six at the bare minimum for sure, right? Uh, but when those games start getting tighter and you got a player like OG Anunoby, if you've been watching Donovan Mitchell play, Donovan Mitchell at this stage of his career is not trying to go to the rack at all. He's not. And he's going to need to be able to do that on a consistent level to try to break down OG's defense. I've been watching Donovan Mitchell play. The reason why I've been watching, because I bet a lot on Cleveland because their record is so fire. So I'll be watching my investments. And what I've noticed when watching, Donovan Mitchell do not want to go to the cup for fear of injury. And that's a no good. And especially when you got somebody who's 6'8" with super long arms defending him. Not saying that he ain't gonna hit shots, but he ain't getting the exorbitant numbers he's gonna need to beat the Knicks, which is 45, the 30, 35. He's not getting those numbers, gang. He's not.
Yeah, the thing is, this year though, I really believe like Cleveland and Boston just got it. I feel like New York is still on the come up. This is year one of Cat. And it's like I just don't see New York beating either one of them in the playoff series. And like I said, we got a common enemy in Atlanta. If y'all have to play Atlanta in the playoffs, which y'all probably will, there's a chance y'all might lose that because Atlanta, they know how to get around y'all. Because like I said
No.
last week, it looked like y'all was going to beat them in the first half, and then somehow they ended up whooping y'all.
We
I'm gonna
They're
still
tell
probably
we
you.
going to do
still
that
missing
again.
pieces though.
No. I got
They're probably going. They're probably going to beat y'all again. If y'all are able to beat down Atlanta,
Nah.
that would be a shock. If y'all beat
You
down
mean
Atlanta in the
MSG
playoffs,
South? You mean MSG
that'll be top.
South? That's MSG South you talking about.
I got you. Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Facts.
They stole that last one. That was that they stole that. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to take nothing away
Nah,
from
what happened was Dyson Daniels wasn't falling for that bullshit Jalen Brunson does. It threw his rhythm off, and they were able to beat them. See, all you
again.
got to do, when you play the
Okay.
Knicks, you know Jalen Brunson, he's going to try to flop. That's how he scores most of the time. He's
Again.
not. That's what it is. You guard him straight up. He can't beat you off the dribble, flop, get a foul. The refs weren't calling it. That Dyson Daniels dude, he's really good at defending that. That threw off his rhythm, and next thing you know, their offense kind of fell apart.
Again.
Then
Like
the Hawks, they got bigs that's physical. Cat struggles against physicality. If you don't play physical with Cat, that's when he dominates. You play physical with Cat, he kind of struggles a little bit. You just cut him off at 3-point line and all that because he wants to shoot threes most of the time. He's not really doing nothing
I
else.
I hear
So it's
what you
like
say.
that's the
I hear what
recipe to beat them.
no
See,
it's
when
not.
y'all beat us last week, we didn't do that. We acting like, oh, Cat is back. We're happy that he's back. We're gonna let him do whatever. That's how we were playing. Our vibes was off. So
Yeah.
fuck it. Go ahead and just beat us by 30 then. If we want to play like that, we
I know
play
what we
physical with Cat.
I no.
I don't know if we would have still won, but I don't think they would have beat us like that. Because
I don't agree with
everybody knows this. This is his 10th year in the league. This is a scouting report on Cat. He doesn't play that well with physicality.
no,
And this is regular season. This is regular season. Y'all still gotta peep how he plays in the playoffs. He's notoriously known for shrinking in the playoffs. The jury's still out on that. It's only December.
yeah,
That's why I said if I was a Knicks fan, I wouldn't get my hopes too high because that could happen. He's known for
listen,
doing that.
and I'm not oblivious to that. But what I'm saying is this, right? Uh, as far as your assessment on how to beat the Knicks go with Jalen Brunson, look at tonight to tell you that if that's your recipe for success, your feelings gonna be hurt. Yeah, I mean
You're gonna
because
lose
No,
by
it won't.
30.
Certain teams won't be able to do it. Like tonight, two guys scored 30 and it wasn't Brunson. They still won. So certain teams, yeah. But the Atlanta Hawks, when they played
no,
the New York Knicks, they
and
could use
again,
that strategy and beat the Knicks.
I hear what you say. No, they can't because I felt like that night it was an off night for most of the other guys on our team. You know what I mean? Like so
Nah,
when
I
you
don't
look
know
at
about
no,
that. I took an L. I took an L last week and tonight. I ain't make no excuses. We just got beat.
I'm saying this. Kyle Bridges is playing way better than that the last time that we was playing the Hawks. Uh,
That was just a
that's
week
not,
ago.
and he's been playing better. What are
A
you
week.
talking about?
His
That was
last
like 7 days
11
ago.
games. His last 11 games, he's been playing better. What you mean a week? If you've been paying attention,
No,
we watch Knicks games over here.
he said Mikal Bridges was playing bad last time they lost to the Hawks. That was just a week ago.
That was more than a week
That
ago.
wasn't a week ago.
That
The
was way
NBA
more
Cup
than a week
game.
ago. That was like
Yeah,
that
it
was like
was.
almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
When
that
was
Yeah,
was
that?
it was
11. That was
almost 2
11.
weeks.
That was
It was
like two
almost
weeks ago, bro.
yeah.
That's like
That
two
was
weeks
almost
now.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, that was
When they
almost two
lost to
weeks
the
ago.
Hawks.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
Yeah.
the
That's
11.
that was
What
the
game was
11th.
yeah, almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was the 11th. I'm looking at it right
That was
now.
when that was 2 weeks from Wednesday. 2 weeks ago on Wednesday.
Yeah, but
Oh
boom.
yeah, so 2 weeks ago, like four or
Yeah,
five games ago.
he's been playing better. You know what I mean? And that's a release valve, especially his 3-point shot is a release valve for Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't shooting that well. I'm gonna look at that game and look at the box score. I can almost guarantee you that the 3-point shooting was poor in that game.
Which I believe it was.
Kyle Bridges was 1 for 5. OG Anunoby 1 for 9. Cat was 2 for 6. Like this is not regular for this team. You feel me? That's not regular numbers. And I'm not making an excuse they won because we was up in that game, but I'm just saying, like you got players who's playing better and more consistent than they were around that time. And I don't see the Hawks doing coming back from what almost 20 again. Because that's what's gonna take. It's gonna take them to come back from a large lead to beat the Knicks again because they can't do it straight up. That's not happening. It's not happening.
So he beat y'all. He beat y'all in 2021, and if y'all match up again in the playoffs this year, he's probably going to beat y'all again.
That's cap.
Ice Trey.
Nope.
That's cap.
Nope. Not at all. That's cap. He's not. They're not beating us. They don't match up with us. After they start and lineup, they don't match at all with
Hold
us.
on.
What do you mean?
Can I
So
break
Knicks
it
is
down to what
so
I can break it down to
so
what
so basically you saying the Knicks is going to beat everybody then?
so no yeah, I would love it, but look, hold on. Let's get back to this Knicks versus Hawks. You talking about Ice Tray beat a team of Julius Randle, Netherlands Noel,
Alfred Payton.
Alfred Payton. Who was the 3 at that time or the 2 at that time? I don't even remember. Oh
Tim
no,
Hardaway.
Reggie Bullock.
Reggie Bullock. Yeah, yeah.
That was the team that he beat. None of those guys are here anymore, gang. None of those guys. Not one person I named that Trey Young beat is on the Knicks this year. Like I get what
Well,
you're
I
saying.
mean, that was 3 years ago. But as far as like this year, y'all got a chance, but y'all got to wait and see how Cat plays in the playoffs. Y'all jumping the gun a little bit too much. I talked to other Knicks fans, and they're saying that same thing. Yeah, they're good. They're winning games. I understand that, but we got to
I
see what happens in the playoffs,
I say
and
this: the two teams
that's the
that you,
only thing I'm saying.
2 other 3 teams that you said gonna beat us. I'm saying they can't. I don't think I'm jumping the gun. You saying that the Hawks could beat us for the reason that at the very least, whose background is so loud? Uh, for the reason that I just named, I is the reason number one. I don't think the Hawks could beat us, right? Because the team that he beat is not here anymore. Yeah, I mean, then when you talk about the Celtics, I just think that Jalen Brunson in the playoffs outperforms the Celtics' best player. And then we're getting better every day defensively. That's a worry. And we still about to get Mitchell Robinson back. We just
I
got
will.
Landry Shaman back off the bench. So these are the reasons why I'm confident in us beating those teams. I would say it may be a valid statement to say that the Knicks will lose to the Celtics because they're the champs. I give them respect because they're the champs. Me personally, I think we match up well against the Celtics, but I would not oppose anybody being like, yeah, you guys probably might lose to the Celtics. All right, it's good for you to
Hmm.
feel that way. They're the champs, right? But the Celtics and I mean the Cavaliers and the Hawks, I'm not jacking that.
But can I
I
add on
will
real
say
quick?
this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Haw- Have the Hawks made the playoffs the last couple of years? If your answer is no, then guess what? They got a lot of things to prove.
Now the Hawks
Because
is up
last
and
I
down.
checked,
That's why I was
that's the
saying
problem.
earlier. We
They got to
gotta.
make the
That's why I
playoffs for
said.
them to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
As
what
much,
I was saying.
and I don't, I'm not taking away from what you're saying, but here's what I'm saying. They got to make the playoffs, bro. The Knicks been there the last few years.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
Hawks have not.
We got a common enemy. We shouldn't be losing to the Hawks. Y'all shouldn't have lost to them, and we shouldn't have lost to them. But somehow they got the recipe to do that. But to touch on the Boston thing, y'all got if y'all can defend against a 3-point shooting, y'all could potentially beat them. We'll see what happens. But I do think y'all match up good with Boston. But y'all gotta defend a 3-point shooting. If y'all can't do that, then the outcome might not be good. But if y'all can do that, y'all can probably run away with that one. I can see that.
It's just
Now,
So I'll give y'all
getting
that.
quiet up
and
there.
I'm gonna give you the matchup. I'm gonna give you the matchup that gives the Knicks the advantage in Boston, especially when Mitch comes back. If Cat goes to 4, who's gonna guard Cat at 4 on Boston? You're not putting Porzingis on them. I'll tell you that right now, because you're
Yeah,
gonna need a
y'all got
you're
the
gonna need a
matchup.
rim vulnerable. All right. So
Nah,
again,
y'all got the matchup.
nobody guarding
I can
Cat at
say that.
4. That's a fact. Nobody's guarding Cat on Boston at 4. If Cat plays 4, Mitch plays 5.
I think,
Cat is gonna be unstoppable at 4, bro.
and with
He
Boston,
just
I
got to
feel
stay out
like
of foul trouble.
Boston. I just feel like it's more of who shows up. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
I agree.
shows up. That's who's gonna win that Boston and Knicks series. It depends on which player shows up. My sister's been quiet too long up in her little corner. You know what I mean?
Word.
So I just want her to weigh in on what she think what we talking about right now.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, I don't agree with him. I think our only competition is Boston and ourselves and ourselves. I mean, a fully healthy Knicks team, I think, can beat anyone. I think they can even beat Boston. Beating them in a series is a different monster, and I think that's where the whole Atlanta thing. Okay, they beat us once, twice this season. I don't remember how many. I think once, right? We played them once,
Twice.
twice. They beat us twice this season.
Yeah, once for the
But
fact.
are they going to be able to beat us in a series? I don't think so.
Why do
I
you
don't
think
think
they
so
can't?
because the Knicks last year in the playoffs adjusted so well when teams tried to stop Jalen, and we didn't have a second man. Now we have Cat, and then everyone else that can now produce offensively. So you can try and stop Jalen, but we can win without Jalen.
There's
Because
5
even
other
when Jalen's
scorers.
not scoring, y'all still double and tripling him. Y'all
So
leaving
let me ask
someone
this.
open, and y'all gonna get hurt.
So let me ask this. They beat y'all twice. They can't do it again in the playoffs.
Nah,
They're not gonna.
If you feel that way, stand on it. If you
They
think
I
that,
see
really
the
okay.
not.
adjustments.
So look, here go me standing on it. One, I feel like Tom Thibodeau is a great coach, and in the beginning of the season is what you're seeing is him figuring out what matchups work, him dealing without his bench being healthy, uh, because he's literally been playing 8 guys until his bench got healthy. Yeah, I mean, so bench scoring we all know is an important part. And sometimes, teams kick your ass in the regular season when you're not locked in, when you expected to get a win. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I forgot who did that to the Celtics last year. A
Orlando.
bum ass team kicked their ass like 4 times.
Orlando 3 out of 4, and they
And it's
beat
the
them again
same when
tonight.
Atlanta played us and beat us in the playoffs. We owned their number in the regular season, and they came and beat us.
Exactly. So boom. So that's my point. Like You know what I mean? I can't take too much stock in these regular season wins, as you said. You know what I mean? Uh, I just think in the playoffs is going to be a different story. I think in the playoffs, Jalen Brunson is a better player than Trey Young. You know what I mean? In the playoffs. And the record proves that. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at the stats, the numbers prove that Jalen Brunson in the playoffs is better than Trey Young. You know what I mean? If we're going to
I ain't
start
gonna
from
cap. I ain't gonna cap. I think overall as a player, I kind of like Trey Young better. He has better playmaking
crazy,
than Jalen
that
Brunson. Jalen Brunson's more of a
That's
scorer. He's a better
crazy.
scorer. Nah, Trey Young's ability to play make, Jalen Brunson's playmaking ability is better than Trey Young's. You too much of a Knicks
nah,
fan if you think that.
nah, I'm
I'll
saying
just
this.
be that much
Are
of
we
a
talking
Knicks
about
fan.
we
Are
talking
you
about
serious?
over we talking about overall
Absolutely.
player.
Yeah,
We
overall as
talking
a player. The playoff
nah
record is fine. That's fine. But as a player, Trey Young is a better playmaker than Jalen Brunson.
you saying playmaker. I'm saying overall
Playmaker,
better
yeah.
player. You when you say playmaker, that is
That's
I
narrowing
one
think
it
I
answer.
think
that's
I think you
narrowing
could
it down to
argue. I
one
think you could
specific.
argue that he's a better player than Jalen Brunson due to the
No, you
playmaking.
can't.
He can shoot
Nah,
threes
he
better.
ain't.
His
Him?
ability
No,
to
he
break
don't.
defenses
He
down and
don't.
make
No,
plays.
hold on.
First of
Yo,
You
all,
could say that. You could
hold
Trey
argue
on.
Young
that.
don't got the toughness Jalen Brunson
Hold
got.
on.
That's
Wait,
gonna
wait, wait.
separate them. Period.
We're not even gonna do that. We're gonna start with the better 3-point shooter. Jalen Brunson in the last few years has have shot a higher percentage of 3-pointers than Trey Young. Just because you shoot further 3-pointers don't make you a better 3-point shooter.
Who you
You
leaving
know what I'm
open,
saying?
Trey Young or Jalen Brunson?
If you leave Jalen Brunson open, you're a dummy. And I will leave
Who
Trey
who
Young
who
before Trey
who do you
Young.
think defenses
No,
are going to focus on more, Trey Young or
Wait.
Jalen Brunson, that come to shooting
Jalen.
open threes?
Hold on.
Not Jalen
Hold on.
Brunson. Come on
Hold
now,
on.
not Jalen
Hold on.
Brunson.
Wait. We not just gonna leave it to this 3-point shooting. You watch how defenses are guarding Jalen Brunson versus Trey Young, and that tells you who's the best. Teams are guarding and double teaming Jalen Brunson as soon as he get over half court. As soon as he get over half court, they doubling him. We not you talking about who Trey Young is a low 40% 3-point shooter
Y'all,
for his career. Jalen Brunson is 40.
it's like
Like,
this. Jalen Brunson is good. Is a good one-on-one player. You can double team him at times, but when it comes to court vision, breaking down defenses, getting other people open, and then being able to shoot threes and hit like little floaters and middies while doing all that, Trey Young does it at a better level, at a higher level than Jalen Brunson.
Trey
I
Young
feel
is
like
not.
everybody knows that.
No.
That's
Everybody
why I'm
If
that.
that's the
surprised I'm hearing
wait,
something
wait,
different.
hold on. I got the perfect rebuttal to this. If that was the case, Trey Young would average more points than Brunson. He don't.
No,
Period.
Jalen Brunson's more of a gunner.
Period.
Jalen
But it
Brunson's
doesn't
more of a
matter.
gunner than Trey Young. He's more of a
If
gunner.
Trey
He's
Young
going to shoot more than
here,
Trey Young is not going to
here's
shoot
my
as much as
thing.
Jalen. He's not going to shoot as much as Jalen Brunson. If you shoot more than somebody, yeah, you're going to score more.
True, but
No,
De'Aaron Fox averages
stop,
more points than
stop,
he's
Anthony Edwards because he
never.
shoots more.
stop. Hold on. Jalen Brunson, even though he shoots more, he's still more efficient offensively
I was just
than
about to
Trey
say.
Young. He's still
Trey,
more
Trey,
efficient than him. Trey
Trey,
Young is not efficient offensively at all. He's never been his whole entire career. His whole entire career, Trey Young has been shooting mid to low 30s overall field goal percentage and mid to low 3-point percentage for most of his career. Jalen Brunson is on average a 50% field goal pursuit, 45 to 50%. Well, I'm doing too low with 45. 46 to 47% to 50 on field goal percentage. And he's almost 40 on
43.
3-point percentage every year. What are we
you,
talking
you
about?
talking about this? You talking about this year or career
I'm
career
career
comparison?
for career comparison. Jalen Brunson has always been efficient. When he was in a marriage, he just didn't get that many shots because Luka is the guy. When he came to the Knicks, he's always averaged around 50% from the field. If it's not 50, it's 48. If it's not 40, it's
Yeah, I
38
don't agree with
from
that.
3-point range. Trey Young don't shoot those kind of numbers. He
When was
don't.
the last time? When was the last time Trey Young dropped 50 points in the game? Man? I could tell you the last time Brunson dropped 50 points in a game. When was the last time Trey Young dropped 50 points in the game? Somebody tell me. Give me a stat. Tell me. Because I can tell you the
So you
last time
saying
Jalen dropped 50 in the game was in Phoenix last year when he had that 34-point second half when he didn't miss a shot.
so? So
When was
he
the
scores
last
more
time
points
Trey
than
Young
he
had a
scores more points than Trey Young. So he's better than Trey Young based off that.
no. That's one aspect of it.
That's what you're
Remember,
arguing.
Brunson.
I think
Okay,
I'm
let me finish.
he's better
hold
than
on.
Trey Young based off of how he makes his team better.
He
Jalen
does not make
Brunson
his team.
has yet
Trey,
to not make his team better, regardless of what personnel's been on the court with him. When he had nobody last year, the team was better because of him.
what's homie
The
name
Knicks
in
are
Atlanta? Jalen Johnson would not be like considered for All Star if he wasn't playing with Trey Young. Trey Young makes him better by getting him open
lies.
look.
But
I
their
don't
team
think
That's
Jalen
their
Brunson
lies.
would
team
do
is
that.
not a
But
winning team.
he
Jalen Johnson,
he'd be considered
Jalen
all-star
Johnson,
if Jalen Brunson was his point guard. I'll tell you that.
Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, both them dudes are playing at a high level this year because Trey Young's ability to facilitate and get them open and them just being able to do what they do. I don't think Jalen Brunson could do that is better than Trey Young. You see what I'm
The
saying? That's
stats
why I would kind of.
I
That's why if I'm a GM, I might fuck around and say I'm gonna pick Trey Young over Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson probably could score a little bit better, but somebody to be able to bring the ball off the court, great court vision, break the defense down, throw the lob here, or he open in the corner. He does that way better than Jalen Brunson. But your rebuttal
but
is, oh, Jalen Brunson scores more. Okay, that's cool, but does
No,
he
I
make
said
everybody else better? He
he's
doesn't.
more
You're too
efficient.
much of a Knicks fan
I
if you think that.
No, he's
nah,
more
you
efficient,
wrong.
which is important. Hold on. He's more efficient, which
I'm
is
wrong.
important. Hold on.
Yeah,
They said I'm wrong.
you're wrong.
Jalen Brunson is more efficient. That's important too. You know what I mean? Because Jalen Brunson, you act like Jalen Brunson ain't averaging almost eight assists a game this season. Now
Who's
that he
leading the
has
league in
Brunson.
assists? Since you brought up assists, who's leading the league in assists? Pull it up.
Hold on,
You
good
like reading
brother.
stats?
I am reading stats. Don't cut me
Who leads
off.
the league in assists?
Hold on. No, don't cut me off to try to make your point. You got to hear the whole point, good brother. You got to hear the whole point, good brother. You know what I mean? We could get to that. But what I'm saying is, you saying that you brought up assists because you saying that Trey Young is more efficient at passing the ball and he's better facilitator. I'm not
Yeah,
really arguing that. I'm
that
saying
was what I was arguing.
you're acting like Jalen Brunson when he has the appropriate players around him can't do that. He's averaging almost 8 assists this season. Now, when we talking about who's more efficient when it comes to doing everything that encompasses a point guard, not just passing, scoring, and leading a team, we're going to talk about Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson, again, like I said, is averaging almost 50% shooting from the field per game. Then Trey Young is averaging 38 at field goal
You said
percentages.
What up,
Am
Kev?
Hold on, let me
you
make
said
sure I'm getting this right. Hold on.
you said if Jalen Brunson had the right players around
No,
him. Let me ask
yeah,
this
hold
then.
on. Wait, I'm not done making my point. Trey Young this season, overall field goal percentage is 39% from the field. Guess what the better 3-point shooter is shooting from 3-point range? 32%. These things matter. We can't not act like stats don't matter. We can't do that. Jalen Brunson is shooting almost what he's shooting. You said it, Fraz. What he's shooting from 3-point range,
Like
Fraz?
40.
43. He's in that 40-43 range right now.
And average. So again, passing is great. I love it. You know what I mean? But if you give me a point guard that can average almost 8 assists per game and scoring 50%, shooting 50% from the field and 43% from three, I'm not taking the other guy who just averaging 12 assists a game. That don't make sense.
So
But what can I add on
so
to that real quick? How you have a 20+ assist game and lose?
Two things. Two
no,
things
it's
that's
the
going to happen.
NBA. You gonna lose. You gonna lose games you shouldn't lose. That's the
Hold on.
NBA.
That's
That's
what I'm saying.
everybody.
Solid. Hold on. Give me
Every
2
team gonna
seconds.
have that problem.
Solid. I got you 2 seconds. You going to talk, but just let me introduce my co-host that's in the building. Shout out to my guy, Kev, on the pull-up.
Big
Yeah.
facts. Big facts.
I mean,
What up, cuz?
Sorry, I'm late.
all love. All love. Solid. Let's get ahead. Do what you doing, man.
No, I was just saying, like I never said, I think the mix up was because I said I would pick Trae Young over Jalen Brunson. It came off like I was saying Jalen Brunson is not this and that. I never said that. What I was saying is if I'm a GM and I'm looking for a point guard, I would take a point guard that can make at a really, really high level because he's a point guard. So Trae Young does that better than Jalen Brunson. That's what I was saying. And I think when y'all heard that, y'all took it like, oh, I'm saying Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's a great player. It just got mixed up that way. He can facilitate better than Jalen Brunson. And I would want that for my point guard. That's why I would go with Trae Young.
Okay.
Now, if I wanted a guy that just can score, then yeah, I would pick Jalen Brunson at the point guard position.
Okay, so to go back to what you said to me earlier about saying that I think Jalen Brunson's better because he's the better scorer. So basically what you just said was Trae Young is the better player because he's the better facilitator. That ain't it,
yeah,
bro.
At the point guard position,
that ain't it. Just because
you don't want a point guard that can facilitate?
Does being a better facilitator always make... Hold on. Let me ask this question.
Facilitate?
Does being the better facilitator make you the better player? No.
At the point guard position, I would say yeah.
That's a dub.
At the point guard position.
Nah.
So
because you can be a facilitator and still not be the better player.
You don't want a point guard that can facilitate at a high level. You don't want that?
My point guard does that. My point guard does that.
Trae Young does it better. I don't think nobody. I don't see how you push back on that.
And he's still not the better player.
It's Trae because he.
The only thing Jalen Brunson could do better is score more. That's it.
He does.
So is Trae Young better than Luka?
He can shoot threes better than Trae Young, as T-Tom just showed you.
I think the lady was asking me something.
Is he better than Luka because he averages more assists than Luka?
Who, Trae Young? From a playmaking standpoint, yeah, he's kind of better than Luka. But again, from a scoring standpoint, no, he's not better than Luka. Because Luka kind of Luka
a better player than Jalen Brunson overall.
He's saying he's the better facilitator. He's not saying he's the better player. That's what
I'm saying. I'm saying if I want a point guard, I would prefer a point guard that can facilitate at a high level. Jalen Brunson plays kind of like a two guard. He does the same thing Luka does. He's left-handed Luka, if you think about it, because he kind of scores too much at that position. Trae Young is kind of like more point guard-ish. That's why I'm saying Trae Young is a better player at that position. Now, if he would have asked me who's the overall better player, if I misspoke on that, then that's my fault. But the overall better player, I would say Jalen Brunson because he scores more. But if I'm a GM and I want a point guard, I'm going to go with Trae Young.
Is he better than Trae?
Is he better than Trae Young? No, he can facilitate better. Can he score better than those guys? No. But break down defenses and get the ball to open players, he does that better than both Luka and SGA, even though Luka's really good at that. So that's kind of a hard one, but SGA, yeah.
So check it.
That's all.
I get what Solidus was saying, but it definitely came off like you saying that, like Trae Young clears.
No, that's that Knicks fan in you. You're hearing the wrong thing.
Nah, you the way you said it, you made it seem like you were saying because Trae Young is the better facilitator, you would take Trae Young as the better player.
Nah,
that's
but
what you said.
I'll keep it real though.
That's what you said, bro.
To be
I'll keep it real. If I misspoke, that's my fault. I'll keep it real. But what I'm saying is at the point guard position, I would prefer Trae Young. That's what I was saying. I think he's a better player at that position.
I'm gonna tell you where the miscommunication came from. It came from because you said you started off with I'll take Trae Young over Jalen Brunson. So
yeah, correct.
Most people take that as you thinking like, oh, you think this dude is better than my guy. Like, that's where the misconception came from. If you want to say that Trae Young is a better facilitator, I got no arguments about that. Yeah,
that's what I was arguing.
Again, the numbers don't lie. Yeah, I mean, there's some value to the numbers. But as an overall player, we all know who's the guy. And that's the point that I was trying to make. Yeah, I mean, and
I agree. That's cool.
But, to be honest with you though, we know that. I'm sorry, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I was just trying to get you involved, Kev. That's all.
You good. You good. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate. But we all know, right, that when Jalen Brunson wants to do that, he's very, very how can I say
Unselfish.
it? Hmm?
Unselfish.
He's very efficient passer when he wants to be, especially when guys knocking down his shot. So I wouldn't. I mean, I would still take Jalen Brunson over Trey Young. Um, because if we definitely need somebody to hit that shot, Jalen Brunson is gonna do that, and he's gonna knock down that shot and win a game for us. But I will say that Jalen Brunson can be as good as a facilitator as Trey Young if he wanted to,
Oh
if he
wait, hold
really
on.
really wanted to, because
I'm
he's proven it, and he's proven it in the beginning of the season that if he wanted to be that facilitator, he can be. He
I almost
can be.
I almost
It's
forgot too. Solid, you said that Trey Young was a better 3-point shooter too. That's another thing that pissed me off. That was inaccurate.
Nah, be real
yeah.
though. If you a defense, you're not going to leave Jalen Brunson open. But I guarantee you will sag off him more than you would sag off Trey Young. You got to be
a
honest
guy,
about that.
a guy that's
Everybody
shooting
knows
30,
that. Let's keep it
every
real.
every a guy that's shooting 35% from 3-point range on his
Because
career.
Trey Young is more likely to make those threes over Jalen Brunson.
That's cap.
I
Nah,
Like,
could
let's
go
be
back
not
to a
real.
from what
couple
I
of games
seen.
where they
Not
sagged
from
off
what
Come
I
Trey
on
Young.
now.
seen. Not from what
He's
I
not
seen
shooting threes
since.
as good as Trey Young.
Yo,
Yes, he
listen,
has, bro. He has. He really
Nah,
has,
bro,
bro.
he's
Look up
not,
the
wait,
bro.
numbers. They don't lie, bro.
wait,
The numbers
wait.
don't
The
lie.
number, the number.
And
I'm
listen,
telling you,
the numbers in the regular season and the numbers in the playoffs do not lie, my brother.
Wait,
They do not
he's
lie.
probably
And
it
I'm not
can't.
saying, that because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm saying that because the numbers speak for themselves.
yo, you do know for Jalen Brunson's career, he's shooting 39.5 from 3-point range, right?
Yup,
If I'm not mistaken, Trey Young is shooting low 30s from 3-point range for his career, and I'm gonna
probably
double.
is.
33%.
I'm about to double check this. You know what I mean? I had the numbers up. I'm about to double check
Like
this right now.
Trey Young is known for 3-point shooting. Jalen Brunson is not so much
No,
known for that.
I feel like he's known for
No.
it because he takes a long 3-point
Trey
shot.
Young is known for
And he
logo
makes
threes.
more.
He's not known for. No, he
No,
does
he
not.
don't
He's
make
not known
more.
for hitting 40%. That is not true. That is not
No,
If
true.
you
that's not
if
true.
you were
That
a
is
coach,
not true.
if you were a coach, or if you was playing, you're not going to sag off Trey Young like you might sag off
Coaches,
Jalen Brunson.
they
Hold
do it
I'm
all the
telling you.
time in the NBA, good
No,
brother.
if you
They do it
you
all the
on,
time, good brother.
you
hold
who
on,
I'm
Kev.
talking to on the screen, if you were playing in the
Me?
NBA right now, you're not going to do that. You're probably going to
Well,
sag off Jalen Brunson a little bit. You're not sagging
No,
off Trey
you're
Young.
not.
You're not going to
that's
do
not
that.
true. You see,
Hold
now if
on,
you know
You're
how
not
I play
doing
basketball,
that.
I'm a
You're not
defensive
going to do that,
specialist.
bro.
I'm
hold
gonna be in
on,
Trey Young's face. That's a different
hold on.
story, my
There
brother.
you go. There you go.
I
Why?
got you.
I
I'm in
wonder
Trey
why you
Young.
would do
I'm
that.
in
I'll
everybody's
be
face
honest
because
with you.
I
that's
I'll
how
wonder
be
why
I
you
honest
would do
with
that.
defend.
you.
Because
If
that's
I
how I
if
defend.
Hold on, hold
if
on.
You
if
probably
I
back up a
was
little bit on Jalen Brunson.
Good
Nope.
brothers, good brothers.
Right up
Hold
on
on,
him.
hold
No
on.
scared over here.
Good brothers, hold on. Teams are not sagging off Brunson. That's why they double teaming them soon as he
No,
come across the court.
I didn't say they were. What I'm saying is, if you were playing basketball right now, you was playing against Jalen Brunson
I
or
heard
Trey
what you
Young,
said.
you're going to sag off him more. I'm not saying they're currently doing
nah,
that, but
no
you would
way.
do that.
There's no way, bro.
Solid.
There's no way.
Kev,
Since
hold on, Kev. Give me 1 second. Solidus, I heard exactly what you're saying. You said if you were a coach in the NBA, would you sag off more on Trey Young or Jalen Brunson? And I'm telling you, coaches in the NBA are showing you exactly what's happening. You're double teaming Jalen Brunson coming across the court, and they're not doing
Triple
that to
teaming
Trey
in some
Young.
instances.
yeah,
They're
triple
Hmm
not.
We
teaming
saw
him
it
at
tonight.
times.
We saw it
Again,
tonight.
And they
again,
putting their best wing players on him.
so
Scotty Barnes.
again,
Yo,
again,
they're putting guys that are like 6'8", 6'9" on Jalen Brunson.
to answer
Facts.
to answer because he's
No,
got
I
is a
didn't.
lot for one
He's a
person
good
being on
one-on-one player.
hold
You
on,
have to do that.
for one person being on the screen is a lot when everybody start chiming in once that we got to give good brother a fighting chance. You know what I mean? We can't avalanche him like that. That's not fair. You know what I mean? But to end my and land my plane, you know what I mean? For what the question and initially started with you and Fraz was, if you was an NBA coach, would you sag off Jalen Brunson or Trae Young? And we seeing what NBA coaches are doing. And I always said this as a person who's watched Trae Young play, because it's only one season that he shot two. No, it's only one season that he shot over 35% from three-point range. One. People are impressed with the fact that he could shoot long three-pointers, not his clip and percentage-wise. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson's been killing, three-point range. And that's why he get double when he come across the court. My fault. I'm going to land the plane there. That's my spiel.
And let me tell you, when Jalen Brunson said, "Let me take over a game and start knocking down 3-point shots," like in our last Pelican game when we was that boy is evil, evil. There's
Yeah.
no way I'm trying to slack off on Jalen Brunson. I know he's gonna knock down that 3-point shot. There's no way.
Listen. Teams do not respect Trae Young's 3-point shot, bro. They do not, bro. They don't. You could see it. As a matter of fact, I've watched a number of replay games involving that. I bet you could go look back at a lot of them Hawks games and you'll see teams sag off Trae Young, and I'll tell you exactly what play they sag off on him on the most. Pick and roll.
I mean, he's shooting 32% from three-point range this season.
Teams is gonna settle for Trae Young shooting, my guy. I'm gonna just be honest with you. They gonna settle.
All I can say is, if you think Jalen Brunson is a more dangerous 3-point shooter than Trae Young, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that, because that's just not accurate.
You're right. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. It's not even close. It's not close, bro.
The numbers don't lie, bro, at all. Not one bit.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say this. It was the same guy that said just because you shoot more, that will make you a better scorer. That's the same guy, and that's what Trae Young does. He takes more threes, so he makes more, and then he goes, "Oh, but he's a better 3-point shooter." Like, it gotta be the same logic. We can't separate the logic, because Trae Young takes more 3-pointers, but makes at a lower percentage. That don't make him a better 3-point shooter. It don't.
So y'all really believe Jalen Brunson could shoot threes better than Trae Young?
The numbers.
Oh yeah.
Like, straight up.
Oh yeah.
The numbers. I ain't tripping off the numbers and the stats, but y'all really think that?
Did Trae Young have a second half where he went 9 for 9 from three? I don't think he did. But Jalen Brunson had a second half where he went 9 for 9 from three in Phoenix, by the way.
Hold on. Good brother. Jalen Brunson has never shot under 35% from 3-point range his whole entire career.
Ant-Man had a game in Denver where he hit 10 threes in a row and didn't miss. I mean, is he a better 3-point shooter than Trae Young or Jalen Brunson? No.
Ant lost that game, though.
They won that game.
I thought he lost that game.
No, I remember that game. That was from 2021. They played Denver, December 2021. He hit 10 threes. Minnesota won that game. That was the year where Jamal Murray didn't play. Minnesota won that game.
I'm talking about.
I know my Timberwolves games.
I'm talking about career stats. Yeah, I mean, you talk about one game with Ant-Man. I'm talking about career stats. Career stats.
Wise.
We talk
about. And then this season, Ant-Man's been what? Until recently, he's been the best 3-point shooter in the league, better than Jalen Brunson, better than Trae Young. Not anymore. He kind of sagged off that, but as the first, I want to say month, early part of December, he was the best 3-point shooter in the league. He was shooting better threes than all them. Yo boy, the whole nine.
I'm talking about Jalen Brunson and Trae Young's whole career. Jalen Brunson is shot 39.5 from 3-point range his whole career. Trae Young, who you claim is the better 3-point shooter, has been shooting like 32 his whole career. You know what I mean? And by your logic, just because you take more, don't mean that you're a better scorer. That's your logic. That's literally the words that came out of your mouth on this pod, homie. Like I'm not making anything up. I'm trying to meet you where you at and beat your point up where you at. Yeah. So where you at was just because you take more don't make you better, and I'm proving to you that
No,
Jalen
I
Brunson.
said I
No,
said it just because you score more don't really make you better. I was saying that in general, not in the comparison between Jalen Brunson and Trey Young.
what if it's in general? It has to work individually too.
Because I'm
Generalization.
telling you, when Trey Young gets that ball and he comes off that pick and roll and he's going to shoot that three, it's money most of the time. Jalen Brunson
Well,
kind of like does it differently,
it's
but it's money most of
not.
the time.
It's not
Like look
money
at
most of
tonight.
the time.
Go watch the highlights tonight when they beat my Timberwolves. He was doing the same thing, pick and roll.
Yo,
He's shooting threes off 1 foot and making them. He does that
gang,
all the time.
gang, gang. If it was done all the time, he would be shooting higher than 32% for his
I
career
mean, we
from
could
three.
say the same thing. You could go look at the Pelicans game, and JB was throwing threes and going crazy.
The
Right,
stats, the
right,
stats. To be
right.
honest with you, the stats is kind of weird on that. But if you actually just watch the games, Trey Young is money from 3 point line and a
Gang.
little bit better than Jalen Brunson. The
But
stats is kind of weird on that. I'll give you that.
No,
But
it's
if you
not
watch them
weird.
play, if you watch them play,
Yo,
because I'm more of a sit in front of a TV and watch the game type. Not the stats are important because it indicates what's going on
bro,
in the game. So I get that.
oh, don't do
But I'm
that.
more of a
I was
y'all
about to
y'all
say,
are
don't do
too. But I'm
that.
more of a watch the
Don't do
game. I'm
that.
more of a watch
We
the game
watch
type.
all the
Oh,
Knicks
you
games over here, bro.
hold
Nah,
on.
y'all
I'm a
probably y'all do the same thing I do, but I'm just saying I go off of that more than stats.
wait.
Y'all watch the games, I watch the games,
Hold,
I go off of that. Stats are
wait.
important, like he said, because it indicates what's going on the court. So I understand that. Those stats are weird as hell because I'm telling you, if you watch Trey Young play, he's money from that 3 point line.
Gang. I
A
watch
little
Trey
bit
Young
better than
play.
Jalen Brunson.
I promise you, I watch Trey Young
He's a
play
little bit
because
better throwing it from further
again,
out. That's it.
uh, again, they're a team that I bet against a lot. So I watch my investments. So I do watch Trey Young play basketball, and what I see, he's better this year with what I've seen in previous years. But what I'm saying is he's not a better 3 point shooter. He's not. He's not. He get on his run in the clutch where it looks great, right? He gets on his. What happened? What I missed? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All
Yo,
right,
JPJ, you said it all in that comment right there, bro.
I'm
You
gonna
said
land the
it
plane on this
all.
comment because I really do want my
Facts.
guy Kev to talk because
Go
Kev
ahead,
closed up.
Kev. It's on you.
But I'm gonna land the plane real quick. I watch Trey
It's on
Young
you,
play
Kev.
basketball. I bet against him, so I like watching my investments, right?
All the time.
And what I see is Trey Young is not super effective if he's not getting what you call the calls that Jalen Brunson get. Trey Young look for them same exact calls, and
More
I
than
ain't never
Brunson do.
denied that.
and he's
I
not
never
effective.
denied that.
He's not effective scoring outside of that. You know what I mean? And Trey Young 3 point shooting wise, I've seen him miss a ton of open 3 point shots, but I also seen him get hot in crucial moments that make it more dazzling. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It makes it look more dazzling. Like, oh, they was down 10, they back because of Trey Young hit three pointers in a row. You know what I mean? That doesn't make him a better 3 point shooter. That makes him streaky. You know what I mean? That makes him streaky. And I agree that Trey Young is a streaky 3 point shooter. And it looks impressive because when he starts shooting from 20, what was it, 26, 28,
20, 28. Yeah, 28.
that makes it look like, oh, he's one of them ones. But efficiency wise, he's not one of them ones. You know what I mean? And I want to get I'm sorry, Silas. I'm sorry because I know you got a rebut, but I do really want to hear my guys, Kev's input on the game tonight. We need that
No,
to
go ahead.
happen
That's
here
cool.
at Knicks and Ish. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, listen, another, you know, good win. Um, don't play down to your opponent. You
Opponent.
know,
Yeah.
never play down to them guys. Win games that you supposed to win. Um, Shout out to OG for playing well today. 31 points. Going crazy.
Hmm.
Um. Uh. That's about it, man. I just want my guys to keep playing well. Keep playing, keep beating teams that you're supposed to beat. Um. And just play together. That's all I want them to do, man.
Big
I
time.
that's all about. That's really all I want them to do, bro.
Yeah.
Cat, cat,
As long as
cat
we
just
keep,
can't be fouling out in the fourth, man.
yeah, yeah. Like I think that's a big. I think that's one of his biggest problems. Foul trouble. If he can fix that, which I find it kind of hard for him to do because he's been struggling with that all season. Um,
Yeah.
I think he gets like he falls for the bait a lot. I,
It's not
He
even
doesn't
falling for
use
the.
he doesn't use his height.
nah,
Hmm.
and I think that Jericho Sims used to struggle with that a lot. You know,
Hmm.
and I feel like Jericho's done a better job at containing himself and not getting jerked a lot. But when it comes to to Cat, he's easily like gets faked out a lot. So I think that's something that he got to work out on. Other than that, I love this team, man. I love the vibe with them, the way they play together. Um, like I said, as long as they keep doing that and playing better defense, I don't think we should be allowing 125 points. I think that's way too much. Um, but other than that, I think we going down, the right path. Um, and just health, just stay healthy. That's all I want, guys, to stay healthy. I can't wait for Mitch to get back because when Mitch get back, I think that's when shit really is gonna hit the fan. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm not too worried about what you call it, our bench when Shamit coming back. Shout out to Campaign, lighting it up
Right.
again. The sneaky signing by Leon Rose. Um,
Sneaky.
I love it. I love Campaign, his attitude. Anybody could say what they want about his ugly 3-point shot. I really don't give a damn. That
It
man
goes
be
in.
knocking them shits down
It goes
consistently
in. That's all that
consistently,
matters.
Yeah.
consistently knocking them shots down. Um, him and Deuce is like a 1-2 punch. I love it. I can't wait for Shamit to come back because I feel like in the preseason when Shamit was playing him, Cam and Deuce
Shamit
was.
played today.
Oh,
A
Yeah,
Shamit
he
couple
did.
played.
a couple
Oh,
Shaman
of
got a
see,
minutes.
few
I
minutes
must have
today.
missed that. I must have missed that.
At the end,
Um.
yeah, he got a minute. He got a minute of playing time.
Oh shit.
He was
All right.
one for
Well, look
one.
at that. I missed that part. I didn't see that. Um. But yeah, man. Other than that, just keep winning, bro. You know what I mean? That's all we need to do. Keep winning, bro.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. Nah, Shamit coming back was super important for us, man.
Yeah.
I even though I feel like Deuce and Cam can hold it down, to have another guy coming off the bench that could get hot at any minute and go off is super important. And we like anybody who's watched Landry Shamet play knows that he's not a slouch on defense.
No.
I'm not
And
saying,
he can shoot.
yeah, yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
but he's not a slouch on defense. He's not somebody that could be like, yeah, we're gonna go at Landry this game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he locked down, but he can hold his own, and that's what this team is built on. You know what I mean? If you look at the whole entire roster, maybe aside for Jalen Brunson, really, and even he contributes on the defensive end with drawing charges, right?
Right.
Being one of the leaders in the league every year in drawing charges. He may not be a stellar defender, but he contributes. But when you look at the rest of the lineup, maybe Cat you could add into the maybe somewhat non-defender list. Yeah, I mean, but he
Yeah.
get he gets his block shots. You know what I mean? Like, but Cat
Right.
is not really a strong defender. But everybody else that get playing time is a strong defender, and that's important. You know what I mean? Especially moving into the playoffs when you can mix and match multiple lineups with here. That's a fact, Matty Smooth. My guy Matty Smooth in the building. That's a fact.
Word. Good man
But
right up
yeah,
out of here.
yeah. Especially when you go into playoffs where you go to multiple lineups and don't have to worry about super dips in, defensive productivity. That's fire. You know what I mean? I'm about to get up out of here because listen, I'm almost done with this bottle. This is a big ass bottle of wine.
Yo, before we leave, I've been hearing a lot of rumbles about trades and stuff like that. Like, I just a question, just a question. Like, do you see the Knicks making a move, or do you see a stand put? I honestly, I'd rather stay put. I don't want to just make a trade just to make a trade. But how y'all feel? How do y'all guys feel about all these rumors and rumblings about trades going on?
Uh, I guess I start. But I agree with Kev. I feel I have the same sentiments, feelings wise, right? Uh, but looking at this front office and how they move, I can't really say that we won't make a trade. I really do feel like Jericho Sims is being displayed as a piece that could be moved. Uh, but other than that, I don't see any more moves happening. I really do feel like Jericho Sims might be out of here with us having Ariel Halperty. You know what I mean? Like Ariel showed more in a very little time that he played than Jericho Sims has showed us in the last 4 years. He's a 4-year player, right? The
Yeah.
last 4 years Jericho Sims been here, Ariel Halperty has shown us more in a short stint that he got on the Knicks floor than Jericho has his whole 4 years. So that's the only person I see that might be traded. And we might get like a second round pick for him. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what we do with those second round picks, so that might be nice. So yeah, I'm done. Land the plane there.
How you feel, Anna?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the front office is, you can't read them, so it's really tough to try and think of what they would do. I mean, I agree. If anyone is going to be moved, it's not going to be no major piece. It's going to be someone we don't use much. Um, I think the front office understands that it takes chemistry, right? And what chemistry is time. And I mean, I think we've played well I think our record is like 14-4 the last 18 games.
Yep.
Um, so that's kind of like our January run last year. So I think we're in a good pace. We're playing well together. We're not as flashy and as fun to watch as last year, but we're winning the same. So I mean, again, a minor move, which may not even impact us on a day-to-day basis. We'll see. If they don't make a move, I'm good. I'm good with this team. We got the best starting five in the league. I'm good.
Yo, I
If I
think
can
I
make
think
a,
our I think our starting five is averaging a buck 20. If I'm correct.
That might be
Somewhere
you
around.
close. You close.
It's like
Fraz.
it's a little
Solid,
under.
Solid, I got you. I heard you. But let Fraz, give his little 2 cents and we got you, Solid.
Put it like this way, y'all. Leon Rose is full of surprises. Life is like a box of chocolates with Leon Rose. You never know what you're going to get next. All right, let's keep it a buck because you didn't see Randall getting traded coming.
No.
We didn't even see Josh Hart trade coming. All right,
We
let's
ain't
be
even
real.
see
We didn't
yo,
even see
listen.
that.
They didn't
We
even see
ain't even see
OG
the
coming.
RJ Barrett and Emmanuel
I,
quickly getting
I saw
traded.
I saw the OG coming though, sis. I saw the OG coming. That one I saw. The RJ Barrett, nah, you're right about that, Kev. That's a definite.
We
I
didn't see
did see I saw the OG coming because the need and the CAA thing and all of that. But to basically land the plan, Leon Rose might got something cooking up. We ain't gonna know until it happens. So let's just let it happen. Simple as that. You know.
Solid, talk to me, good brother.
Yeah, I mean, from a Knicks perspective, y'all season's been great so far. I don't think they're gonna make no moves. I think the only way I see y'all making moves is if contract issues pop up, but that's probably like a year or two away. I think y'all got a year. I think I got a 2-year window to win a championship, and I do not believe there's going to be any major trades happening during that time. And like I said last time, if I were to be surprised and they were to make a trade, I think Josh Hart would be the odd man out. But as far as this year,
No, no.
the remaining of the season, I don't see no trade. I think y'all got good chemistry, y'all winning, because that's all everybody cares about, right? But let's say something crazy were to happen where y'all just went on like an 8-9 game losing streak. That's unlikely to happen. But let's say that did happen hypothetically, then they'll probably do some trade. But I like the lady said, I don't think no major piece is going to get traded. But I say 2 years from now, contract issues might force y'all to do something. And I think Josh Hart in that situation might be the odd man out. But as far as this year, I think y'all going to just stay put and just keep doing what y'all doing because y'all been great so far. Why fuck it up? So I don't see
Yeah,
no trade.
yeah, no, I
The
agree
o-
with that 100%. Yeah,
Josh
the
isn't the
only thing
odd man out. Our record with him since the trade is 84 and 50. He's
I'm
far from
talking
the
about two
odd
years
man
from
out.
now.
hold
I'm talking
on.
about 2 years from now when the contract issues become a problem. I can see them
Let me
flipping him.
clarify
Right
that.
now,
The
no.
only
But 2 years from now, yeah.
Let me clarify that. The only person who got to get signed is Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart is inked in that 2-year time period. Brunson, inked. Towns, inked. Everybody else, inked. The only person who's not inked, Mikal Bridges. That's the
So
odd
y'all
man out.
think
I think we got him
you
He,
think
he
pegged.
McHale
hasn't
be the
gotten his
odd man out?
contract yet. He hasn't gotten his contract yet, bro. Everybody else is signed, bro.
He ain't leaving. He gonna take less.
That's the
No, we
reason
were talking
why
about
he
we
waiting.
were talking about trades though. We were talking about trades, so
Nah,
that
but
means trade
but
a
but
player that's on a
listen,
contract.
yes. What I'm saying is
Josh Hart's
he's
on
the odd
contract
man
though,
out right
right?
now.
Yeah, Josh
Josh
Hart is
Hart's under
under
contract.
Josh Hart is
Yes.
under contract for
So in
4
2 years,
years.
that would make he's trade eligible then because he's under contract.
To
Mikal
be
Josh
Bridges
Hart
ain't
has
signed
three
yet.
more years left on his deal.
to be honest with you though, I doubt they trade Josh Hart because for what he brings and how much he means to this team. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't put Leon Rose. I don't doubt anything Leon Rose does because he be shocking the shit out of us sometimes. But I really don't see Josh Hart being that guy. I
If
like I
you
said, anything is
go ahead.
possible. Anything is possible, Solidus. Anything is possible. But I don't know if it's gonna be Josh Hart though. Unless something drastic happens, like you just said, you know, then maybe. But right now, the way this team is, I highly doubt it. I highly
See,
doubt it.
see what I like this year. No, I don't think nobody's gonna get traded. But in 2 years, Josh Hart's not a superstar. If you're not a superstar, you can get traded. We didn't think the Timberwolves would ever trade Cat, but the contract thing got in the way and we had to trade him. That could very well happen to the Knicks in 2 years, and Josh Hart could be looked at. Hey, we might have to flip you. He's
Yeah, with
playing
the
good for y'all.
money,
He's good. That can happen. That's a possibility. 2 years from now, not
But
right
you
now.
also have to look at who would you replace. Our front office is a very smart front office. Who would you replace that plays at the high level that he plays, whether he's a superstar or not, for the pay that
Nobody.
he gets? Nobody.
right?
These front
You're
Nobody.
not
office
gonna
people,
Saying
get that
pennies,
production from anyone that you make a move on. I
these
right,
think
front
Facts.
I think
these
our
front
guys
office
see the bigger picture and they've all taken less money, to be honest.
right.
Mm.
these
And
front office people are really creative. I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out.
No, they are. They are. I agree with that. I agree with that. But the money that he's making, I don't think it's gonna affect us. I don't think it'll affect us because he's not making that crazy amount of money.
Mm.
Because that cat contract is going to bug y'all a little bit. Not right now, but that's
No,
going to
no,
start
I
bugging
agree.
y'all.
I agree. The 60 mil is gonna hit us hard. But
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you never know. You
It's a
never
minute
know.
away though. Yeah, as of right now, y'all good. Right now, y'all
But
good. Just
listen,
run the season
listen.
and see what
That
happens.
that could still be reworked. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Even that still could be reworked. They've done it before. You just see Brunson just took pay cuts, reworked.
You think Cat
Other
gonna take a
guys
pay
took pay
cut?
cuts.
He might.
Possibly,
Brunson ain't taking no
possibly.
more pay cuts.
Nah, Brunson
Listen,
ain't taking no more.
Cat,
It's flipped.
Cat's in a winning situation. I think Cat will take a pay cut if it means him having a better chance to win the title. Definitely.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't
Yo.
see that. An older
All
player
right.
taking a pay cut, I don't see that.
Yeah. Hold
Maybe
on.
if he was young, okay, all right. A young guy in a winning situation, that's possible. An older guy in his 30s, he got a chance to make this big contract. He's going to take a pay cut. I don't
He's
see that. We'll
If
yeah,
see.
it
but
was,
he's
he
Cat though.
making. He about to make 60 mil. You know what I mean? And if it now, like some point, it becomes about legacy. You know what I mean? So it, it all comes down to what's more important to Cat. I mean, making the super big bag or leaving everlasting legacy. He's from the area, dog. Like he's from the area. Like Cat knows how much it means to win a championship in the MSG. Like he knows how much it's gonna mean to his basketball overall legacy. Do I am I saying that he's gonna take some bullshit? Nah. But am I saying that it's possible for him to take a pay cut because of he understands what winning a chip here as a Nick means to his overall NBA legacy? Like winning 4 or 5 chips somewhere else in some bullshit market don't mean the same as when it won in New York. You know what I mean? And I think Cat understands that. I'm gonna y'all can
And
stay if
there's
y'all want.
also money to be made in New York that's not being able to made in other cities like Minnesota.
Endorsements,
Yeah, this is fact.
things of that nature.
Y'all can stay on this live if y'all want to. I promise you, y'all can. But T Time's about to leave for
I'm
sure.
about to dip too. I got some shit to do,
Yeah,
I
I'm
am.
done.
I'm holding on by a grasp the straws right now.
man.
I'm not even sure how these coherent sentences for real.
Well, if I may, can I do a quick plug real quick? Y'all know what it is already. Press like for your favorite panel. Y'all know the vibe. Sharing is always caring over here at Knicks Ish. And don't forget, going across the bottom of your screen, check that link out for the Knicks Ish hoodies. Please and thank you. Come and get you a Knicks Ish hoodie. Come and show support for your favorite panel. Y'all know what the vibe is, man. And if nobody else ain't got nothing else to say, because I didn't want to be rude to cut nobody off, we'll see
Well,
y'all
I do, I do,
maybe
I
the
do.
day after Christmas.
Shout out to Solidus for pulling up
Facts.
and,
Definitely.
and discussing B
Word.
ball, dog. Like you feel me? Like
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
If I could say something real quick, yeah. Like
absolutely.
I know we was disagreeing, but that's kind of what makes good content. People like to hear that
That's
because I'm
cool.
trying to.
Right. Hey,
We're
listen,
not.
that's how it's
Oh, we
supposed
not
to be.
mad.
No,
Never.
No, 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 no. I'm not
it's
saying that. I know y'all podcast
listen,
is lit, and I'm like trying to. Even though y'all don't know me, I'm trying to kind of like play a role and get it more lit because I really like this podcast. So
listen.
the back and forth, people that are listening to this are going to want to hear this. So hopefully I
Yeah.
provided that. But nah, I fuck
Nah,
with
Listen,
y'all
we,
though. Y'all shit solid.
nah, bro,
No,
great,
listen,
great
listen.
show, bro. You did a great job, bro.
That's what this is about, bro. This is about, we having a debate. We not always gonna agree. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
if and
Right,
I,
right.
and I feel like if we always agree on something, that's a problem. you
yeah,
Yeah.
know
nah,
what
guaranteed.
I
We've
mean?
all
I
gone
feel
back
like
and
that's a
forth on
problem.
stuff.
yeah.
So
I,
so
the
you
only
know
thing
you
I
need
want,
you huh?
only thing I want, Solidus, when you pull up, you see that little circle that's on your screen. You gotta have at least an avatar or something there, homie. Like that's
Yeah, I'm
all I'm
working on
asking.
that.
You ain't gotta show your face, bro, but definitely, yeah, that's gonna mess with T Top's aesthetic. I'm just letting you know now, bro. That
Yeah,
black,
next time
yeah,
I got
that
y'all. Next time
nah,
if
no
y'all have me,
problem,
I
bro.
got
No
y'all.
problem, bro.
I
No
like
All
to
right.
problem,
hear
bro.
Yeah,
like
next time I got y'all.
I
Yo,
like to I
before we
like this
bounce
topic. That's why
before
keep
we
fucking with
bounce
me.
to
Yeah, yeah, okay, my
before
fault.
we bounce, happy holidays to everybody.
Yes,
Um,
Yeah, the same to
definitely.
happy
y'all.
holidays. Enjoy the holidays with the family. Be safe. If you drinking, take a Uber. Okay,
Word. Give
take a
somebody the
Uber to
keys.
wherever you gotta go. Don't put nobody in harm's way. Protect yourself, protect your family, and like I said, happy holidays and enjoy, man. From yours truly, Nixonish. Love to everybody.
That's a fact. And we're gonna work out when we come up for the recap against the Spurs. I know it's a Christmas game, it's an early game. It may not be Christmas, y'all, because everybody doing what they do with their families. So it may be the day after. So we just let y'all know in advance. It may not
I'm
be
not.
Christmas night.
Yeah, I'm
So
the
I'm
only
not
one
saying
who don't.
it's tentative. I'm gonna be available. I'm gonna just
I'm
let you know I'm gonna be
available. I don't
available.
got no babies.
I don't celebrate Christmas.
I don't celebrate neither, and I'm gonna be at work, so it don't even matter. I'm here, so I'm here
Yo,
regardless. So
yo,
we can do
Kev,
this.
it's probably gonna be later in the evening for sure. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
But Kev, if you could pull up, yeah, I mean pull up. But
yeah.
it's definitely we're gonna be here
I
on
got
Christmas
you.
Day.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
a
We'll
matter of
be
fact,
here.
I gotta work. Come to think about it, I'm working on Christmas, so I don't know.
We'll figure
Y'all
it out.
more than welcome.
We'll figure it
Y'all more
out.
than welcome to pull up. But yeah, we'll figure
Listen,
it
if
out.
anything, I'm here. I'm here on Christmas, so if anything, sis, you already know what it is.
Yep, yep.
Shout
Right.
out to everybody that pulled up. Like Fraz already said, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Until next time, peace.
Boom,
See
boom,
y'all Wednesday.
boom.